Focus. There we go. See, where am I going to work? This area here?
Then sealing up the box with silicone to begin my torturous new idea. The right time to bring out the psychological. I decided to bury the box.
What's up, Zipper Ant? What do you think? Is this good? It's good here? That work? Starlaw, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday, Cross Comics. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. It's Mike. What's up, Irish? All right, let me computer screen so I can see what I'm actually doing here. 30 odd hours to go. Yeah, 32. 30, oh, no. To go. Yeah. Mute that. Top chat. Pop out chat. Cool. I like that. I can pop the chat out of the window. That's great. Alrighty. Aloha, Richard. Blue Boy, hello. Hellbell, hello. I need a little magnifying glass so I can look around, like from Romper Room, for those who remember Romper Room. I'm going to go ahead and delete this window. And delete this window. And delete this window. And delete... Oh. Okay, this is so funny. So, I was reading Vice News. It says, Omarosa, Trump uses the N-word frequently, and there's tape to prove it. Available during the election. So, first of all, I think that's a lie. But second of all, she writes, it had finally sunk in that the person I thought I'd known so well for so long was actually a racist, she wrote. Not just the way he talks, but more disturbingly, it was how he thought of me and African Americans as a whole. Okay, there is, what is it? Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Omarosa clearly scorned, because she seems to forget that Trump picked her out of a field of white applicants on The Apprentice, elevated her in wealth, stature, power, fame, fortune, glory, and then, after that, does he just throw her away like a dirty dish rag? No, he freaking hired her at the White House. And then suddenly, after she's fired for being whatever, not suitable to the job, then suddenly she realized that Trump, all this time, was just a horrible, horrible racist.
Join Lone Star and the Unknown Soldiers as they
Fantastic. For you guys who want to hear that better than through the tinny speakers of my Mac, Energetics on the YouTubes. It's like his first video up there. So, Jojo, don't start watering the house again. Can you go take that away from him? This is ridiculous. Every day. He's got the door open? Oh, later. Now he's just playing with the hose. Take that hose off, too. It's like, sorry.
You're not sorry.
Lots of lags. Sorry about the blurry. I don't know what's going. I really don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Yeah, definitely. Joe. Ridiculous.
Start, Daddy.
Mike needs to shut down his kids' torrents. Maybe you should stop playing video games and go read a book. Stop sucking up bandwidth.
Oh, I'm the one sucking.
Is this computer even on? I'm just gonna turn it off completely.
Good. That's probably what's sucking it on.
We really don't need this many computers on in the house. Nurkish is getting witnessed to by Doug Tenaple and Mike Nelson. Oh, right now? Is he really? Like VHS quality. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to do either. So, Isaac, seriously, can you just shut it off? Go do something besides play on the computer. Come on down here. Go do some drawing.
Drawing.
Yeah, drawing. Reading. Playing outside. Something sucking up my bandwidth.
Your bandwidth.
How's it? Is it any better now, guys? Back Lone Star, so Mike can have his turn on the Xbox. Ooh, I should go shut the Xbox off. Go play outside with Isaac or something. Better. Good. Yeah, a lot of not really. Still swirly. Give it a second, maybe urge or something. I don't know. Let me make sure all my other YouTube channels and stuff are off on here. Don't need my Dropbox open. Don't need the Omarosa story. Stupid Omarosa story. Stupid Omarosa. Let me close. Huh? Oh, I don't need it right now.
Should I put it in the fridge then?
Yeah, please, thank you. Not the freezer. Let me turn off Facebook too, so I don't get interrupted. Turn off Twitter too, so I don't have to. Well, no, people contact me there. Let's see where Lone Star. If I refresh, if we've gotten anywhere else. Was this potato level? Might be the laptop running flash embedded sites. Yeah, I'm trying to shut everything off. So Lone Star right now, 53,536. 50. So yeah, we had a pretty good last 24 plus hours. So hoo-ah. I am a happy camper. I still would like to get I'm not a rich man. I'm a man who will soon be able to take care of a significant portion of the debt that I have. Hopefully someday I will have Indigo. That bank can go into, or that money can go into the bank instead of going to the bank. That would be wonderful. Please promise us that Ethan won't talk about centipedes here today. I can promise you that as control Ethan's mouth, but Ethan is not here, so no Ethan, no talk of delicious, disgusting centipedes. I don't know why I said delicious. That's just so wrong. I hope nobody knows what I'm talking about besides you. So, yes, 30 some odd hours left on this historic campaign. Spent a little too much time today arguing on the Twitter. Gosh, I wanted to get on with V, but V has not responded. I don't know what he's into. What is going on right now? It went up. Good. Fixing that. Got a, what do you call it? Ashkenazi Jew and an Ethiopian princess of some sort. I haven't. I'm gonna talk to Ben, and we're gonna figure out the exact thing. But I know that she's from because that's part of the story, like why she's from Ethiopia and whatnot. So, ooh, you know what would be very cool is making her a descendant of the Cebu. For those who don't know, that means Cebu is the anglicized or whatever word for Sheba. There was a city called Cebu, which in the Bible is translated Sheba, and they discovered the city, buried the lost. Sort of, yeah, because the Queen of Sheba had an affair or married. I don't know if she was married, whatever, to Solomon, and so I believe there was a royal lineage. Oh yeah. There's a royal lineage. I think Haile Selassie claimed that lineage, like direct records and stuff, from Sheba all the way down to his descendant of King Solomon. For those who Rastafari guy, the guy that all the Rastafarians, like, I don't know if they worship him or what, but yeah, he was supposedly the last or be also a descendant of Solomon. So, hey, I don't know. I thought Ethan was acting like a dockhead. Kind of turned me off. No swearing on my stream, please. I stuff my kids watch my channel, so keeping it clean here on Blacklist Universe. Keeping it clean. It's the diet he's on. He wants meat and sugar and can't have it. He could have sugar, because your body breaks down sugars, breaks down all carbohydrates into sugars already. It's hard cutting out carbohydrates. I've tried to cut out as much as I can because turned it. But yeah, a protein diet does give you a lot more energy regardless. So it is. I suggested to Ethan that he stick to carbohydrates only, or not carbohydrates, proteins only in the morning. And it sounds like he's been sticking with it pretty well, and it's been giving him some more energy to work through the day, through that slump time that most people have. Because honestly, having carbohydrates for breakfast is like, 'tis not a wise decision to make. Because you do get a carbohydrate spike because your body converts it into sugars. And then 2 or 3 in the afternoon, you just go bleh, because you come crashing down from that spike. I'm on an all-steak diet, and it's glorious. Oh my gosh, I had so much meat yesterday. We went to all-you-can-eat Korean barbecue. My mom and I, we went to some doctor's appointments. She had a concern. Looks like it's not going to be too much of a concern now, so that's a blessing. But on the way home, we're like, "You hungry? Yeah, you hungry?" So we went to Korean barbecue, all you can eat, and I ate just And my kids are screaming outside. So, on Convoy, Sierra, you're in San Diego, right? There's all you can eat Korean barbecue place on Convoy. You can have different levels. I went with Nick Pete, allow you can eat Korean barbecue too. But I went to a different place. Had lots of short ribs and some ribeye. Good stuff. Good stuff. Has a lot of options for good Asian food. I have a lot of the best ramen places in the world, but maybe I'm just too picky for ramen. Actually, the cuts on the meat weren't great at this restaurant. I'm not gonna name. Like it seemed more like scraps of meat than properly butchered cuts of steak and whatnot. So I probably wouldn't go to that one again, but I'll check out some other ones. Because all you can eat Korean barbecue is a thing. For those who don't know, Korean barbecue, they bring you raw, plain or marinated steaks or meats, slices of meat, and then you just delicious and good times are had by all. Michael Pronesti says, yeah, and you know what? That's the thing about, like, you get a big steak, right? That's sizzling on your plate, and you get that first cut. You ever go to, like, Ruth's Chris? You know, they cook it in, like, a 1400-degree oven and go on a 500 plate. The $40 for a single steak. But then you, like, you know, it starts cooling down by the time you get to the end of the steak. It's like, you know, not room temperature or anything, but depends how fast you eat. But Korean barbecue, you just slap it on, cook it, take it off. It's a little chunk of meat, and it's you know, cooked and hot, and it's like having a first bite every single time. So that first bite is always the money. And Korean barbecue, or actually they have Japanese barbecue in a similar style. But it's always fresh, right off the grill, delicious. Oishii desu yo. Water everywhere you look. So this is gonna be kind of a boring eating video because I finished all the characters. Ever had Chinese hot pot? I'm not sure exactly what you mean. There's this great place in Chicago, and it was like sort of like shabu shabu, but it was like different soups, like really hot soups that you could cook your vegetable in. So it's kind of like what's it called, yakiniku? I'm not sure if that's what you mean by hot pot, and if it's not, then no, I have not had it. I have not had everything as yet, but I shall try. Yakiniku, yeah, yakiniku's red, fried kimchi. Fried. Who fries kimchi? That's another thing when you go to Korean barbecue. It's like you don't just get meat. You get all these little like side dishes like kimchi and daikon radishes and they had this very interesting like almost mochi like flat strips. Tasty little treats. It was wonderful. All Lone Star! You must eat all the things. Do you think if you smoke your meat in a smoker that it's bad for your health? No, I don't mind if my meat smokes. I don't know why you're... unless you're overcooking it. They have a few hot pot places around Convoy now. Hot soups and broths, and you put the meats and veggies in as you want. It gets spicier as you go. Yeah, then yes, I have had a hot pot. There was the one in talking about was Flower, man. It was so good. Making me hungry. Oh yeah, I'm making myself hungry. I like any well-prepared, delicious meats that aren't from animals that I would find. Well, I don't know. I'd probably try just about anything. I'd try it once. I tried frog once, and while I didn't dislike the flavor, I don't know. I just couldn't get past eating frog. It's kind of weird, I guess, for someone as adventurous as I in my appetite. You know, Lone Star, heart of the hero. Let's see. So I thought that showing me inking would be boring. Some of you said, no, it's exciting. I like watching it. But this is all background stuff, so I imagine this is going to have to be boring for some of you. I'm just doing water, and then I'm doing texture. All this background is just going to be texture. Let me do some dark spots on this water. Meat. It's a wonderful treat. Have you ever had chicken's feet? I have, by the way. I do not recommend it. I was like, you know what? I see Chinese people enjoying chicken's feet, so I'm gonna go to what may be the best Chinese restaurant in San Diego, which is China Max. The best dim sum. Convoy. So much good food on Convoy. I ordered the chicken feet. I got the chicken feet. I ate the chicken feet. Whiskey China Max. If you like dim sum, and I can't really eat it much anymore because everything dim sum has, almost everything dim sum has shellfish in it. I got that once. But oh yeah, the dim sum there is so good, and it's like I said, it's on Convoy. Everything good is on Convoy. Experience of eating chicken feet. It's like, because all the bones are still in the chicken foot. I'm not sure how they prepare, but they, in a way that it really softens up the tissue. I don't want to call it meat because it certainly doesn't feel like meat, but it softens it up to the point that it practically gelatin. And so what you've got are these little, skin-wrapped gelatinous things with a bunch of tiny bones in it. And so you put it in your mouth and you kind of like swirl the bones out of this. I mean, it's all collagen, so it's got to be good for you. The experience was not one I care to repeat. So if you're of a mind that you must try everything, go ahead and check out the chicken's feet. Do it without me from now on. So I did it for you, just to let you know. Chicken feet. Cow tongue, however. Chicken hearts. Now, chicken hearts, those are a tasty treat. If you've never had chicken hearts, I suggest them. They are, I mean, obviously they taste like chicken because it is chicken muscle, but it is the texture of the chicken heart that I enjoy particularly. It is a crunchy, because it's such a firm, strong muscle. You bite into it and it like snaps. It's like this snappy, crunchy, muscular texture. And you just, you can just fry them up with fantastic. Oh no, pixel blur. We've got pixel blur. Upload bandwidth is saturated more than likely. Bandwidth. I don't know how to change that. Let's see. No. I don't think I have a lot of options on the iPad. But I'm just inking tiny little rivulets of water. I don't think it's all that exciting. You're just here to hear me babble on about chicken feet and chicken hearts anyways, right? Similar with chicken gizzards. The guts. Chicken guts. Chicken gizzards are really good. The only thing I don't like is the livers. It's just too, it's like eating blood or something. I just am not a fan of the livers. But yes, the other chicken gizzards are quite similarly delectable to chicken hearts. For those who wanted to know. Snaps. It is the most delicious part. The most delicious part of my enemies is their delicious heart, so I eat them up. Yum. I want to try fading these out because I don't want to do black all the way to the foreground. I want it to sort of blend in with this area back here has got to be all black, so I want to try to get black and then lighten it up as we get over here. Didn't Naples just spent an hour trying to convert Nurkish? It was interesting. Oh, I gotta watch that. But you know what? These next 30 odd hours, me trying to get you tears and get more people to buy Lone Star. Heart of the Hero. Yeah. Come on, guys. You gotta download that and make it your... Ooh, I gotta make that my freaking ringtone. Yes. That's gonna be my new ringtone. And then I'm not even gonna turn my ringtone on when it starts going off. People are gonna be like, what is that? I'll be like, that reminds me. Have you bought Lone Star Heart of the Hero yet? Praise Jesus. I already bought, so no. Close to 54K? Oh yeah? Do I need to do... Let me update. Let me see. I haven't seen anything. Oh, did I shut off my mail? Oh, my mail's still on. Oh yeah, somebody bought something 6 minutes ago. Gold Nitro. Somebody trying to pitch me something. Come on, why does this take so long? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Make it your doorbell. Use for my doorbell. 53,597. Oh, okay, so it has not gone up. Well, it must have gone up. Or I must have not paid attention. I want a car horn with Edwin's voice saying, "Ho!" So any other, let's see, how dare you go live while I was feeding the chickens? Sorry, brother. We were talking about chickens, though. Talking about eating and chicken hearts and chicken gizzards. You know, typical Saturday afternoon talk on this channel, right? That's how we do. Talk about eating the parts of chickens that most people throw away. Red Rooster failed to inform law. Okay, so someone asked what happens when I make a mistake. There was a little mistake right there. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to beef up this line a little bit. Turn that mistake into a happy little accident. Actually, I'm going to beef this line up too. I don't have a lot of lines because I've been inking with a quill, not a brush. But I do like to have some thicker lines here and there. Actually, look at this line up too. Heart of the Hero. That song is just running back and forth through my head. Thanks, Christ Energetics. Now you've got me obsessed with my theme song. Do a drawing of Ethan licking butter at 66,000. or at 55,000. Skate has come to. And then I looked at his account, and he had started his account like last month sometime, and he's got like 2 followers, so legit just trolling. I'm gonna delete your, or he's, I'm not gonna support your thing. I supported all of the different Comicsgate things, and I'm like, okay, I will await your return receipt, your cancellation receipt. And of course, because all of Comicsgate, he was full of poo-poo caca, as so many trolls are. Why do people feel the need to troll us? I don't understand. Don't they have lives of their own? They probably don't have wives of their own, but they must have something. And trying to find ways to give us a hard time and tear down what we're trying to build up. So how far did you get? Well, you gotta just keep. You know what I was thinking is you could take like.
It needs live action.
I know. Well, not live action.
It's some kind of animation.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was gonna say. I thought you could go like to like the Thundercats, not commercial. Maybe some G.I. Joe stuff, and just kind of clip little, not character specific animation stuff out of there, and just kind of intertwine it.
Yeah.
Like special effects and whatnot. Because I do want it to look really cool.
Hey, Alonzo, you ought to be on there.
He's not streaming anything, he's just playing, or he's just looking at stuff. Yeah, don't start streaming anything, because the bandwidth is really crappy today for some reason. Can you take the first 10 seconds of that Lone Star song and use it for a video intro? Although video intros on live streams, and all I pretty much do is live streams. I don't know how that would work. I mean, I guess technically I could do it, right? Just play it. Except for when I'm doing this, because you can't do it from the silly rules. All the silly YouTube has. I don't know why you can't do this sort of thing from your iPad or your phone. Maybe because it's just an app. Get explosions from the old cartoon. Elijah, take notes. Yeah, we wanna make this like really lively and cool. So, any other ideas you guys have, just
Why is being on the search thing?
why is being what?
Like being.
And don't forget, folks, I do have super chats enabled. Hey, Edwin, what's up, buddy? Edwin, heart of the hero.
In the near, the terror and his cyborg companion hacker unleash their forces to conquer us. Only one full of brave men. In specially created exo-brains, they can be transported anywhere. Confused with infernal assault weapon systems, beamed down from the space station skyboat. Becoming man and machine. Power, extreme, max.
Yeah, find out to like old 70s Silverhawks. What else? Silverhawks, Thundercats. Obviously G.I. Joe, I said already. What else, guys? What else? What else was a cool like 80s, 90s animations that would have cool like stuff we can clip? Ooh, Robotech. Robotech. I don't know how well that would work. Brave Star. Brave Star. Thundar the Barbarian. Space Ghost. Oh man, so many. So many. So much good stuff back then. I mean, the animation wasn't all that in a bag of chips, but man, it was good times.
I remember all the ones they said.
Star Blazers. Star Blazers was late 70s. Early 80s. Late 70s, early 80s. On to outer space to save the human race. We are Star Blazers. Saucers? What? Gotcha Man. Oh yeah, Gotcha Man.
How about He-Man?
He-Man. It'd be funny to use some actual live action stuff from like Rainbow Man and some of the Japanese cartoons. The Human Bullet Mask. Mask, that's right. It's M.A.S.K. Spider-Man? If there's stuff you can crib from there. Wow, we've got a lot of old viewers. The 78 intro to Fantastic Four was good. Okay, let's see. Come on. Dark this out a little bit on the way out.
We have
Yeah.
There's like 12 things.
Hey, I'm only 21. You just know everything. Hey, Art, what's up, buddy? What's up, Arty Farty Pants? For those who can't see, I'm inking nobody's head. Johnny Quest. Oh, that would be a good one. What's up, Nasser? To outer space. 80s is my favorite, but I miss the older shows. They were still airing then. Well, Mighty Hercules, Rockin' Robin Hood, Spy. Yeah, what was it? It was in the 70s they started getting really chintzy on the, was it the 70s or the 80s on the animation? Like they dropped it down to like frames per second or something really bad like that. Whereas, the earlier animation was like, it was like 24 frames per second sometimes, or and then they dropped it down to 12 frames per second. Just pleasing to the eye, but they got so cheap doing the 8 frames per second or something like that. It was like, or maybe 6 frames, I don't know. But it got really choppy and the animation got a little weak. Oh, you know what you could do? There's a scene, you know how we're doing the, he goes through the process, the program, whatever. There's some cool, Kikaider, the cartoon for Kikaider. So if we wanted to do that, we could crib from there. Nasser's Deserto Roboto. Sick. Astro Boy. Let's see. How's my stream? Worth Theater. Yeah, they started having to crank stuff out with TV, so truth. Yeah, even the old Bugs Bunny cartoons and stuff, those all came out for movies first. And generations afterward. Hong Kong Phooey. I don't think that would be appropriate, Edwin. I want action adventure cartoon stuff, not that. Kung Fu, eh? Did you eat already, Elijah? Boy, I had a lot more to say when we were talking about chicken gizzards. What a super guy. Wife says Speed Racer. Hong Kong. Yeah, I know. Nasser, when you take over, remember, I was a kind human. I'm not scared. I'm just waiting. You need an EMP to take out Nasser. Nasser bought 3,000. Oh, he's Nasser bought 13,000 now, right? His Indiegogo's getting some legs under it. He's taking out Dixon, man. Nasser is defeating industry professional legends like Chuck Dixon. It is the robot take. First, we will begin with comic books, and then the world. And I had a guy refund then back the same exact tier. That was Cecil Nasser. That was Cecil. World of Super Adventure intro. Hanna-Barbera World of Super Adventure. How come you're working on this instead of mine? Come on, man. We don't have much time. We got like 37 hours left on this campaign. We need something to punch up the last day. That move is called the Cecil. Exactly. Sorry. So it's Saturday afternoon, and you guys are all sitting here. How many people are even watching? I can't tell. Only 35 of you. I'm nothing better than sit here watching me ink on with my potato camera. That's fine. Let's see. I'm just listening. Two, maybe three. Did I miss the question? Oh, people watching. But it's you. Got 30. What time is it? So 36, 35. 35 more. About 32 hours left? Or 31? My mathing is bad. Anyways, we've got about a day and a half left on this month-long journey we've all taken to, and then where the ship lands. Hopefully in a safe harbor filled with golden treasures. Treasure. Art, are you taking notes on my inking? You could learn a thing or two from me, you know. I'm using this big fat brush. Mike, draw good. Mike, no math good. Yeah, my daughter would give me crap. She always gives me crap when I don't math good. Mike, can you make string with potatoes? Yes. I don't really understand where the potato joke came from. I mean, I know everyone is the funny, but I'm sure there is a source other than that. Other than the great and mighty Edwin. Oh, you're learning what not to do. Thank you, Art. Thank you. I'm here to serve. I am here. I am your humble servant, Mike S. Miller. Welcome to Embers. Billy and Mandy, Spider-Man, X-Men, Justice League, SpongeBob, Power. SpongeBob? Nasser, stop. Mike is part Irish, just kidding. I might actually be a little bit. I'm not sure. I don't know how much crossbreeding there was over there. I have a lot of Isle blood, UK blood, Scottish, English. I don't know about Irish. Not quite sure. do have Swiss and Norwegian and Swedish also. I'm a Euro mutt, so he was asking about when I was a kid. Oh. Batman animated series. Yeah, I just want 80s stuff though. I want it to feel like an 80s cartoon, so none of the later stuff. I'm Norwegian. Hey, we might be related. Yeah, I'm a Peterson with a D. Or my father's mother was a Peterson with a D from but yeah, the Petersons got to stick. Oh, that's a terrible. I can't do Swedish accent. Yeah. All I know is we's Vikings, yo. We's Viking samurai. So Spartacus. Peterson. How do you spell Peterson with a D? Pederson. Peterson. So I don't know if that was a
Jordan Peterson.
translation error when coming over, because that side of the family's probably been here 400 years. Or maybe not. Maybe that's just my paternal great grandmother side. But I've tried answering back to like, what was it, 1611 or something like that. So that side of the family's been in America since before there was an America, or before it was a nation. They fought for during the Civil War, or if they fought at all. But yeah, we've been here. One side's been here forever, and the other side is a brand new immigrant. So it's the best of. Mickey O'Miller, boy, he's getting fancy. I'm huge like a Viking too. I'm not huge. I got the Japanese portion of the height genetics, so I'm more like a leprechaun than a Viking. D's and T's sound similar in Scandinavian accent. Yeah, so I figure, they come over, they register and speak English, and they're telling someone at Ellis Island that her name is Peterson, and half of them got D's, and, well, most of them got T's. Some of us got D's. But Petersons we are. That's Irish. I don't know why I'm doing that. Irish pig. Jojo has a point. The Raccoons, Canadian cartoon series from the 80s. My great-grandpa had 890s and would switch to Norwegian without realizing it. That was kind of creepy. Oh, wait, really? That's very interesting. Yeah, so I think all that Norwegian blood, like I'm fully one. I think my son Isaac got all that because he is white as the driven snow and blonde-haired and blue-eyed. And nobody's going to believe him later in life when he tells people that he's a quarter Japanese. We used to go to the beach. I mean, we still go to the beach, but when he was a baby, he was so white-skinned that he was like translucent. So like the sun would just bounce off of him. He would glow like a light bulb. And people would legit ask me if we were babysitting him. He takes after his real dad. I was also blonde-haired as a child, Nasser. Nasser trying to make the funnies. At least you're trying, Nasser. That's all we can ask from you. People were like, "Whose baby did you steal?" Yeah. It's really funny because he just stuck out like a sore thumb, like a sore glowing thumb. He has colored up a little bit since then, but boy, it's like if you took a picture of him with a flash, he'd look like somebody turned a light bulb on in the middle of the I'm telling you. So how white was he? It was a running joke in the family for a good long time. And his hair was like white blonde hair. That was the level. And it came in really thin, so he looked like he was bald for like the first 2 years of his life. So he looked like a light bulb, and then like you took a picture of him, and then boom. I used to call him Powder. Only the few people who saw the movie Powder know what I'm talking about. Yep. And actually Michael was blonde too, but not quite as blonde as Isaac. But boy, he had a beautiful head of blonde hair. Hey, Blondie. Can you guys even see what I'm doing, or am I too far off screen? I think I'm too far. Oh, darn. I'm way at the bottom of the page here. I think that's all the black I want to do down here anyway, so I'll just move back up towards the top of the page and start one texture stuff. I mean, oddly, it's not boring for me, but I can't imagine how much fun it's going to be for you guys to sit there watching me draw textures on a wall. Maybe that's why there's only 30 of you watching. And I don't blame you. I should be doing something else and trying to hawk Lone Star. Buy Lone Star, buy Lone Star. Yeah. Get on something and then tell people to buy Lone Star. That'll be Nasser's job in the future, is just hawking other people's stuff. Very busy here still. Let's see. 38 people. Wow, it's actually growing. It's a 144p stream, not a great. Am I on EVS tonight for a big push? That's completely up to Ethan, but I certainly hope so. Saturday tends to be very. I don't know why it's blurry. All the other computers are off. The Xbox is off. I don't know why the stream is so weak at this time of the day. But such as it is what it is. I don't know what to tell ya. It's unwatchable. Take my glasses off, it looks fine. Tap the iPad screen. Tap, tap. Antifa's internet division at work. Hey, zoomity zoom. Oh wow, I didn't even know camera. That is cool. Can you see the detail or no? Hello darkness, my old friend. I've come to stay with you again. I don't think. Yesterday it was Lone Star's second. Yeah, we did freaking $3,000 in 24 hours. That was good stuff. I'm hoping we can beat that over the next 2 days, because good. So we shall see. That live stream last night went for like 4 and almost 5 hours. That was so crazy. Zoom works great, not helping the stream rate though. You talked to 3 different people that thought it was Sunday, that thought today was Sunday? That's weird. Are they in some strange time bubble? Spend money, people. We need those cards. Yeah. Yes. We need to get this to 60,000. But what do you guys think? Should I take the time at 55,000 to do Ethan licking butter? That's what it'd be called. I just title it Ethan licking butter. And then he could just post that image up every time he sings the butter song. You thought it? Well, welcome to Saturday. You did indeed gain a day. Alright, I'm gonna put some more splashes here, so. Do a little splash in the water. Lone Star 30. Woohoo! Only $6,370 to 60,000. If we had 2 good days, we could do it. 2 good days. 2 good days. That's all I ask. To me, except I ate at Chick-fil-A. Well, that should have been a given. That should have wasn't Sunday. Chick-fil-A. You ate at Chick-fil-A. Let's see. This leg goes here. And the other leg goes here. So this is going to have to be a spot that gets filled in. I want to hold you so much. Who is your internet service provider? I am on AT&T. That narrows it down, doesn't it? AT&T. You'd be like heaven to touch. You had almost 200 people in your stream last night. I know. And you know, people bop in and out over the course of the stream. Some people stay for 10 minutes, some people 4 hours. But 888 people were on that stream at one point or another. Because right when I got off, I checked, and it was 888 people who had watched. It's crazy, right? Crazy talk, I tell ya. Crazy, insane. Shoot, yeah, I want to do that there too. Last night was the longest Aloha hour ever, I think. I know. It's true. It was a 5-hour. I should have just called it the Aloha. Marathon? Aloha Marathon? Maybe that's what we'll do tonight. Except I do have church in the morning, so I don't want to stay up too late. But I do have to hustle. 2 or 3 of me. Anyone else want to volunteer to be me? 5 hours, Ethan's pie intervention. Ethan and his pie. You feel like heaven to touch. Yeah, I mean, I even have the stream turned off on my computer, and I popped the chat window out, so I don't know it is behaving so poorly. It's really quite frustrating. Bend your head in church, in prayer in church, take a nap. No, silly person. My friend Brett's starting his own church tomorrow. That should be fun for him. Leaving ours, planting his own. Good man, good man. The Mr. Bean method. Jeez, Mr. Bean. Speaking of Mr. Bean, I'm sure you don't. I created a card game based on Mr. Bean because my friend's company owns the license to do a card game. And so I created it last year, and I've been waiting for them, this thing, as an Indiegogo or a Kickstarter. Keep putting it off. I would really like them to do that because it's gonna be pretty big. I mean, Mr. Bean has like 75 on Facebook, and they're gonna advertise it there. So, I mean, geez, at that rate, you hardly need a tiniest percentage of those people to buy in, and then to do that as well. Kind of breaking my heart. .4 gigabit. 2.4. I don't understand the 2.4. Oh, you have used your allocated amount of internet for the month, so they are throttling your bandwidth. I don't think that's the case, is it? Different times of the day. So, like, when I stream at night, it's a lot clearer. It's kind of annoying. I might have to just if I'm going to do this during the day, like, regularly, maybe after this thing, I'll just do Aloha Hour. What do you think? You guys want me to crap? Or should I just stick to the Aloha Hour? Because I do stream better. I get a better connection at night. But otherwise, I might have to find a way to increase this bandwidth on me. You seem like heaven to touch. Mike, we are sending Nasser bot to your house to figure out your tech issues. Our game, yeah. Let me show you guys. You guys can get a sneak peek at the Mr. Bean card game. Oh, that's the wrong stuff. Let's see. So I've got this card called Pick a Bean. So pick a bean. You get dealt out 7 cards. Alright, so actually let me see if these are all in order. These are all in order. You get dealt out card. Say, oh, one of these. One of these. One of these. One of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And one of these. Alright. I squint and it looks normal. So you get your hand of cards. You're playing with 2 or 3 other people. And basically, oh, you also have cards like this, hand-to-hand combat, right? So it's sort of like Go Fish, right? So what you do is it's like else if they have the certain game piece, you say, do you have this? And you have to make the face with your own face in order to act. So, I mean, depending on what kind of people you're playing with, this can be really hilariously funny. I played it at church with just a table full of kids, and they were dying laughing. It was like this: hand-to-hand combat. Swap hands with the player of your choice. So, say you've still got 8 cards, and you're across from you has 1 card. You can drop this card and then swap hands with them. I call them screw you cards, but that's the basis of the game. So they wanted to do a version of it with a board, a playing board element, and so he gave it over to, he took my design, another gaming company who also does Kickstarters, and did you answer about where your router is? No, my router's right there. It's like 6 feet away from me. So that's Pick a Bean, and hopefully someday that will be made available. Starter, and then I'll be happy, because I spent time and money making and designing that game, and I need to see some fruits from my labor. No, he didn't steal my design. I did it for we're still gonna get my cut if the thing ever gets stinking made. So yeah, no stealing involved. But he did show it to this other gaming company with a board game element. So, and it could be pretty cool with board game element. Otherwise, I could just take that. I mean, if you guys want me to make a playing card game, I know it's not really. I don't know. Maybe I will. Though I call it. Did the DeBell brothers pay you? No, they have not paid. Well, I mean, they paid me not in full yet. But the actual design of the game of making faces and whatnot is still my gameplay. So I put it on the side of the box too. So I could point, if I wanted to, try to sell that just as a card game, and I just have it printed up and whatnot. Sell it here if you guys are interested. I do a lot of crap. Maybe steps. It must be YouTube having trouble streaming last night. There are likely a couple issues at play. Network saturation, neighborhood is all streaming, or your upload bandwidth is rough right now. Wrong Wi-Fi channel. Maybe even a bounce of your modem. Well, new supports. Let's do a quick refresh. See where we are. 53,773. Not too shabby. Actually, let me do some shout outs real quick. Let me stop this for a moment. Odin had to restart his stream. Is it really still that bad? No, my... let's see. Backers. 1,042 backers. Whew. So... I get, well, Andrew Veritz, $33. Thank you. Adam Wright, $110. 11 minutes ago. Sean Marin. My kids. Jason Collins, thank you. Brian Dolans. Justin Mobley. Wow, Justin Mobley. I don't know what he bought because it says private. Interesting. Sharon Abate. These are the names that showed up in the last 3 hours. So thank you guys. Appreciate it. Check your Twitter DMs. Okay. Massages. Oh. Yeah, that is not great. Well, I mean, I could just turn the camera off and you can just listen to me blather. Is that better or worse? How are the cards coming? What cards? You mean the Lone Star cards? I haven't even bothered designing them yet because I haven't hit 60,000. So unless I get to the actual milestone. Plus, I've been working on this stinking double-page spread all week. Have you guys not been watching? I mean, I'm sorry it's taking me so long, but that's care and patience gets you. I don't have to draw every line of this texture back here for the background, but cool. Let's just stream together instead, Nasser. I don't think that would work any better, bud. Am I gonna stream with Caesar today? That is up. Dictates who streams with Caesar. So I'd like to, and if he calls me in right now, I would absolutely just go join him. Obviously, he's got the wealth of. I would be a fool to say no, should it occur. But up to him. So ask him, not me. You're gonna make me have to drive over there and take a look at your network, huh? I don't know. I have all this stuff. I don't know how to work it. As a Neo-Luddite, I guess. I really should have listened to my dad more. He was like computer engineering and hardware and software freaking dumb. What the heck? Who's at the door? Hey, Daniel's here! Hold on, Daniel. Oh, there we go. Somebody got the door. Fan of Christian Hosoi. Yeah, more. Have friends who do know him. He was supposed to come over a couple years ago during San Diego Comic-Con. He and Caballero's a friend of mine. He actually doesn't live that far from here. Over for my San Diego Comic-Con barbecue. But they ended up bailing the con like early because of Christian's kid. I can't remember what the deal was. So sadly, I did not get to hang out. Random question, Nick. It's the Milkman. I used to love Hosoi back in the 80s. But now you don't. You don't love him anymore. That's messed up. I think Christian's like, isn't he like pastoring a church or something? I can't remember. But yeah, one of my best friends, Johnny, is like super good friends with him, and obviously Caballero's good friends with him too. So I am gonna have Caballero on this channel. He agreed to do it. Stayed at my booth for a while. I don't know how many of you guys are you know, old skate fans, but yeah, Steve was like the man. Which is funny because I've known that cat since I was like 14 years old, and he was already, you know, an established pro when I met him. You know, drawing, and he's an artist too, by the way. And he, I just remember him saying when I was 14 years old that he would still be skating when he was 50, and he's over 50 now, and he's still skating. So, true to his word, Steve Caballero, skating into his 50s. Love that. Caballero is my favorite person of all time. Really, Nick? Of all time? I thought I was your favorite person of all time. That hurts. I'm wounded. You truly, truly wounded me with those words. Now, Steve is also a huge freaking nerd. I went to his place in San Jose. Well, Campbell. He had this whole exterior garage converted into like a freaking toy store because he had bought so many toys. Just put up those you know, those walls with the hooks in them, and just lined up all of his toys on these hooks and stuff. It was crazy. I don't know if he's got a setup like that now up at his place where he lives, but he only lives about 45 minutes away. So if he does, I know he said he wanted to stream on my channel with me, so I might just go up there, like, I don't know, guerrilla interview style or whatever. And is he our guy? Yes, Steve is absolutely our guy. Steve is a born again Christian. He is one of us, so absolutely yes. When I met Steve, he was an atheist, but then again, when I met Steve, I was an agnostic. So that we both came to faith later in life. But yeah, I didn't know there were so many Caballero fans out there on my page. No, Rainbow. It's not my kids. I don't think they're even on the computer because I can't imagine they're on computers. They're just destroying my house, I guess. So I don't know what it is about the bandwidth on a Saturday afternoon. Maybe everybody's home from work in the neighborhood, and AT&T, what's it called, fiber here, and maybe a bunch of them are sucking the bandwidth in the neighborhood dry. Luxman Nike says, I am his favorite person of all time. Thank you. That is the appropriate response. I'm just kidding. You can have any favorite person you want. Anyone. I would just prefer it's me. You know, my ego needs stroking. So, Alex Jones is turning the Wi-Fi gay. Yeah. You can cut page, what?
I was gonna wait. I'm gonna go back. I probably shouldn't now because it might kill the electricity.
Oh.
Just in my room.
Okay, just make sure nothing else is. Turn the TV off and.
Okay, everything's off.
Okay. And annoying, when she vacuums, it blows the power. I think I had that situation once when I was streaming. Power went off, which means the stream went off, and then I had to deal with that. That was fun. I have a goal to meet the Bone Brigade. You know, I think I've only met Steve. I think Guerrero wasn't part of the Bones Brigade, right? I knew a lot of old skaters. I grew up in San Jose, so like literally, I had a bunch of pros skating my ramp in my backyard when I was you know, in high school. So yeah, But Steve was the only one I think I met from the Bones Brigade. Too many oddities around your house. Yeah, I know. Miss. Come on in, honey. Tell us what it was like to be fun. See if I can dig up the old costume and make her wear it, right? Never going to happen. Never going to happen. Not that she couldn't fit into it anymore. She's still quite the slender young beauty. Tommy Guerrero was okay. Well, yeah, I met Tommy. That's one time. Gosh, who was he with? He was with Ray Barbie, and we were talking about me doing graphics for them and stuff. You guys know Salman Aga? Any of you know Salman Aga? It's okay. Some Sierra whiskey. I don't know if I met Jim Thibio. I might have. Salman Aga. He was, I think 19. Was he Theater of the Year one year for Thrasher? Hey, can you close that door again, please? No computers. No gaming.
Can I do what Elijah does?
The noise. Angry. They're turning the Dr. Pepper's gay. Gosh, I think I have met Jim Thiebaud. I'd have to ask my brother. He remembers more of that stuff than I do. He was way more of the skater than I ever was. He could have gone pro if he made some better decisions or some different decisions. Solomon Aga SMS. Hell yeah, Solomon. I grew up with Solomon. He was one of our little skate crew in San Jose. So yeah, Solomon, good guy. LA now. Has a little pizzeria joint called Pizzanista. If you want to check it out. But I have picked Solomon from when he had hair. The kids couldn't have a tablet hidden away somewhere using it, could they? No, I have the only tablet that works. Although my daughter might be watching something on her. It's got to be something bigger. Oh, I don't know if you remember one of Solomon's early decks was the Rocket Queen. I don't even have a copy of it, but that was my first skate deck that I ever drew. It was the Rocket Queen Salman Aga deck. I don't know if it's still right when he got sponsored. And then he got me work at Black Label like a long time later. So I did a whole bunch of graphics for Black around the turn of the century. I have a bunch of. Want me to grab a couple and show you? What kind of ISP do you have? I told you, man! The robot deck graphics, I think. Yeah, I did a couple Hensleys. Let's see. I have a bunch more of these in the garage, but let's see. I've got this Alfaro. Adam Alfaro, Black Label. This is actually one of my favorites. The Kamikaze I did the Alive series. This was the original Alive series. There we go. This is the original Alive series coloring job, or the obviously the Last Supper version. Back when they were still using actual silk screens, right? Which pain in the demonstration because it's a curved board. It's all that stuff. And then when they switched to do what they do here is they had all these heat press versions of the stickers basically, and then they just heat press them onto the board after it's already laminated and cut and shaped and all that fun stuff. And then this is one of the later ones I did. It's remember the old board? Well, they wanted me to redo the demon board but switch it out. So this used to be an angel on the original board. This was the demon, so I switched it out. And then here I also put the original Grosso doll there. That's from the Black Label Emergency series. I actually still have most of this original art. I did the Cranium series, I did the Bomber Girl series.
Are you still alive?
I'm still alive.
Can everyone hear you?
They can hear me. They can hear you too, yeah.
How?
Oh, yeah. Dude, people who can make boards, can they do the exact same thing but just for wall hanging? I know the guys at Black Label. I mean, I actually had my last series I did for them, rather than charge them for my art, I had Lucero make me 100 copies of my own deck design. So I did this board called Giant Slayer. Maybe I'll show it around here. Most of my boards are in the garage, so. And so yeah, I had 100 copies of this cool, Giant Slayer deck it had Bunnet and it said Giant Slayer on it. And over the years, I'd give those away to new family, friends, and whatnot. Sold, and I only have about 10 left. So, what is going on? It seems to me that this is the kind of stuff I want. Hello there, little hoppa. Respect, man. Still super awesome. What do you mean they'd want it? What am I gonna do? I don't think. I don't want to deal with shipping freaking skateboards. That's just. I hated doing it when I needed money. I would take my duplicate boards and sell them on eBay because these boards are freaking hella collectible. You're talking, some of them $. I would sell some of the duplicates that I had on eBay, and I just flippin' hated shipping those things. Packing and shipping those things is such a pain. So I'd have to make it I don't know. I'd have to make it worthwhile, I guess, for me to do something I hate. Oh, don't know. Nothing with Lone Star, of course. Yeah, that is what I'm thinking. They're beautiful display pieces. Old school prints. Particular reason we have to have him scream in the hallway? Stop screaming in the hallway. Unbelievable.
That's what happens when you have a family.
That's what happens in that community. Yeah. Play outside.
Exactly.
The waterboarding has commenced. The epic scream stream.
I want this water.
You what?
Sus. Are they watching you draw?
They are watching you draw. Any good streams going on right now? Well, apparently not mine. Who's screaming? I think that was Was that Micah? And that was Isaac. So, yes. So what did I say? The Alive series, the Cranium series. Gosh, I can't remember the names of the other series I did. I did 4 or 5 different series for those guys. Epic Pixelization. Sorry. I'm sorry. Do you want me to turn my... I mean, I certainly can. That would just be me. Or just my big face. Whatever you call that thing. My little hapajap. Ever do Powell or H Street decks? No. Gosh, I think it might have been H Street that wanted me to work for them. Lucero, like, I don't want to say he begged me, but he's like, dude, I really want, stuff to be exclusive to blah, blah, blah. And then, so the moment passed. One of the other, I don't remember who it was. It wasn't Jason Adams. I also grew up with Jason Adams. He was part of our skate crew too. And Sean Mandoli. But names that probably don't mean anything to most of you guys. One of the guys, was it Hensley? I don't know. One of them went to another skate company. I think it might have been H Street, and like requested that they have me draw his graphics. And yeah, so dude, can't you just draw exclusively for us? I'm like, dude, you hardly ever give me work. But that whole industry is it's on a downtrend right now. So I don't ask them for work anyways. Plus, I got other things to do. Danny Way, maybe? No. The Faction. Hey, I did actually a t-shirt for the Faction. Again. Known Steve since I was 14 years old. And he wanted me to do a t-shirt design for, like, the Faction Bat Dead. I don't remember why that was the thing, but... yeah, the t-shirts were terrible because they were printed like 2 layers. So it was a black and white image, and they were all black t-shirts. But rather than reversing the image and printing the white, they printed a big square white spot that was like super thick, and then they printed black over the white. And so it's like, how like silk of your shirt is just like this big freaking sweat stain right there. That's what it was like. Hold on, let me see if I have this thing. Where did I put it? Oh! Let me see something. Where is my frickin' Faction ring? There it is. So in high school, I was a jeweler, or I took jewelry. I was a jeweler after high school, actually, for a little while. But I took jewelry in high school. And so I made this. Let's see. Faction ring when I was in high school. I know, I'm a nerd. And then, let me show you one other thing. Since we're talking about this, I don't know if I took this out of my bag yet. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, it's not crushed. Cool. So, Steve, like I said, Steve came and hung out with me at my booth in San Diego Comic-Con. And he gave me this. Feels Steve Caballero. I forgot to put this in my forgot to put this in my thing. But yeah. And then he gave me freaking Caballero socks. Look at that. So cool. So this is got Steve on the back. So in exchange I give. I need to put these in my cabinet. Alright. Alright, that's all my cool nerdy skate stuff, sorry. Nick, watch your mouth. We'll just say you said rad. Well, a rock group. Yeah, it was. Yeah. The Faction. How did you not know that? OG Lord of Dogtown. I'm guessing he's dropped. No comment. That pixel fist hung on my screen for 10 seconds after you left. Did you get a good look at it, or was it all crappy and pixelated and stuff? Yeah, so that's me. I've done more than just draw comic books. I have games. I did the initial character designs for a game called Deus Ex from wow, how am I drawing a blank on the name? I can see. I worked at Iron Storm in Austin for a little while. Did that, so. Oh, you just know Odd Man Out? Dude, who do you think did the logo, the album cover for the first Odd Man Out album, as well as their t-shirt designs, when I was only 14 years old? Well, I guess saying I would kind of give it away. But yeah. That was me, man. I don't know if you ever saw it. It was the one with, it's like, I had all the crazy illustrations on it and then swirlish frame around the art. Yeah. So Steve hired me to do that. Offered me $400. I was 14 years old. And I did. Ab comes over and he gives me a bunch of swag instead of paying me cash. I was like so pissed off, but I took it. He gave me like a board and a thrasher bag and, you know, a full setup and just a bunch for free. And he used that to pay me off, even though it was supposed to be cash. But whatever. All my friends were like, dude, why are you mad? I'm like, dude, because I like cash. I would have kept that freaking board though, man. Those boards, the Caballero boards now, especially signed, which I would have had him sign it back then. Man, those things are probably worth like $500, $600, $700. The particular design I got, but I ended up just since who wrote it at the time for like, you know, $50 maybe. Yeah, I did not know the value of these things would increase. I was 14 years old. What do you want me to do? Hey, I just realized that Mike worked on the promo comic they gave away at San Diego Comic-Con a few years back. I still have most of the original art for that, I think. I think I might have given some of it away in the what were those called? The mystery envelopes, mystery art packs. Might have been some of that stuff. I've done a bit. My first 3 decks were cabs. Super Ant is jelly of my skate loot. Yeah. It's weird. I mean, San Jose was sort of like this. It just seemed like we were always surrounded by pros and whatnot. My friend Mike Persenko was a Corey O'Brien used to skate our deck, our ramp. Gosh, who else came by? Obviously Ray and Guerrero. Gosh, I don't know. If I'm wrong, my brother will give me crap for it. He remembers way better than I do. Gonzalez? No, I don't. I'm guessing. Hey, I'll be right back. I got a little dirty from touching all that crap. I'm alive! Alive! Drawing's looking great. Freeze frame. It's not a freeze frame, I just left. It looks clear. Maybe because if you don't move, if I move it, does it like blur up? Gosh, this is gonna take a while, isn't it? As long as it looks good. I don't care if it takes a while. Let's get an update on LONESTAR, see if anyone has popped in while I wasn't paying attention. 53,758. A mere $242 away from $54,000. Lovely. Very, very lovely. Alrighty then. Alrighty. How many of you are still here? Alright, Nick. See you later, bruh. Oh my god, my eyes just went. What? 40 still watching. 40 people want to draw on a Saturday afternoon. Honestly, haven't you guys got anything fun to do this weekend? From America? I mean, maybe you guys are like where you are, and you're just like, I'm gonna just chill and watch my ink background crap. Come on, guys, that's actually spur on me talking nonsensically for 20 minutes. We were having quite a lot of fun discussing chicken parts. Chicken parts. Eating lots of chicken hearts. Saute them up, nice and crispy and delicious. That didn't rhyme, but I don't care. I like my chicken pots anywhere. All my friends have kids, and their wives hate me. So nope. I'm just sitting around waiting on my artist to send me stuff. I never have anything fun. My friends don't like me because I'm not an SJW zombie. My friend, I would suggest that you go out and find some friends who are not SJW zombies. Almost midnight. Oh my. Midnight. So that puts you 7 hours ahead, which puts you... Is that right? Is that correct? Start Hager. Smashing, James. Truly smashing. Almost 54. Yeah, I just got another something such that again. $7.58. Spinning. Turns. It spins and spins and spins. Ooh, we could talk about flat Earth stuff if that got anyone interested. That was, I have to admit, even though obviously I'm not a flat earther, that, oh, still 58, I must have done that, timed that incorrectly. A very good friend of mine is a flat earther. Intelligent fellow, you know, doesn't do drugs or anything, although the other person I know who's a flat earther smokes a lot of weed. But it was looking into that stuff because, you know, a lot of conspiracy stuff is fun to look at. That's probably why it gets so popular. Gets just countless, hundreds of thousands of views and stuff. Maybe I should start doing conspiracy stuff. No, because people will think I believe it. Hollow Earth theory. I haven't looked into Hollow Earth theory enough. I need to check into that. That sounds like a fun one. The Antarctica stuff is really, really interesting. You should try and get on Geeks and Gamers with Ethan's friend Slow Jeremy. He's talking about the Megla, and you could have talked about that and Lone Star subs. Well, I'd like to try. I'd like to get on things. At 7 o'clock tonight, I'm going to be on World Class BSers, so y'all can come fly with me. Fly to World Class BSers. That should be a fun chat. And yeah, hopefully it'll give me time to press on about Lone Star, Heart of the Hero. Because it is getting down to the wire. Nasser need a hug. I'm just taking a break from running for a bit. It's been a stressful day. Beep beep. Hollow Earth theory. My friends all know. Oh dude, the Hollow Earth is fun. Yeah, there's the Hollow Earth. There's Earth as what's his face? Hello. May I help you? And then there's always the flat Earth. Many variant Earth theories abounding out there. Maybe we should make up our own. It can be
Banana Earth.
The banana-shaped Earth theory. And that, my lead, is how we know the Earth to be banana-shaped. This amazes me. Astounds me. Elijah, close the door.
You're welcome.
The Earth melts steel beams. 80% of flat Earth is legit, adapted from old American pulp magazines. It's really weird. Pulp magazines, really? I didn't hear that part. I mean, I know the I can't remember all of it, but there's something about, so they used to have like scientific arguments about it in the community. I didn't memorize that stuff. I don't have it all at my fingertips. But some of the things are just silly, like people bringing levels onto airplanes and whatnot. Yeah, that stuff gets a little. Or the guys who like, I don't know. Maybe these are just what do you call false, not false flags, but disinformation, folks. Because there is such a thing as disinformation campaigns. But maybe, you know, these crazy guys who are like, well, geez, if you fly the globe, you'd be upside down. It's like, are you quite serious? Because it doesn't sound like you've got 12 rubbed together. Dynamo says, you got mentioned in Jeremy's chat last night, and he said he'd be happy to have you. Also, don't call him Jeremy. Jeremy would be the, which chat is that? That's, you just mentioned it. I'm blanking. You mentioned in New Schwabenland and Lone Star's backstory, Nazi hidden Antarctic base. Yeah. That's some cool info. That'd be an interesting one to play with. Lone Star theme sort of reminds me of the theme from Jace and the Wheeled Warrior. I live on a flat, hollow, simulated Earth. Yes, this is the hologram Earth. It's absolutely true. It's actually that is actually more true than anyone probably speculated. The hologram Earth, because, you know, atomic structure wise and all that stuff, there's almost no mass in the universe, like legitimately, because there's so much space between the atoms. Space is like, we're like 99.99999 or something percent empty space in our between the molecules, or between the not the molecules, the subatomic particles or whatever. So in theory, we could very well be one giant hologram. Geeks and Gamers. Thank you, Geeks and Gamers. Yeah, if he reaches out to me, I'd really enjoy going on there. So, not all. There's one version of the Hollow Earth theory where we are in this Earth. Really? That I have not heard. That could be interesting. You might as well get into the conspiracy game. There's a gap in the market since Alex Jones got banned. Also, Banana Earth. I'm intrigued and would like to subscribe. Oh, dude, do you know about the black Israelite big head aliens? Funniest thing ever. No, I don't. That sounds interesting. That sounds very... The trick is, like, you know, Art Bell used to get into all these conspiracies, and he didn't buy any of it, or he didn't... But he had this great way of humoring these people who were so obviously and adamantly sold into the... I don't know that I could play that role, and I don't know that it would help my credibility as a human being to do. But I do believe there are such things as conspiracies, and I do believe that perhaps some of these conspiracies have some legs to stand on. I don't have the time or the energy to think that I convince myself, and I don't want to portray something as true that I don't believe. So I don't know. I know there's a big gaping. Jeremy enjoyed Meg. Good. Well, hey, if he wants to pop on, I don't have his contact info, so if anybody does, I mean, be happy to get on there and talk to him. I read it a few times. I have not gotten to see the movie yet. But I like Jason Statham. Come on now, everyone. Secret base Antarctica. Except for flat earthers who don't believe we ever went to the moon. Actually, you know what? I'm of the opinion that we may never have gone to the moon also. And it's not from some crazy conspiracy website. That they did called Something Funny Happened on the Way to the Moon, where they do a pretty thorough examination of the evidence, and they're like, yeah, I don't think so. So that's why it's not that, you know, the BBC is the end all be all of truth, but there is a level of legitimacy to have to get that kind of a story through layers and layers of editorial approval. And if they could convince enough people that it was a legitimate story that deserved public airing with the brand of BBC behind it, then I think it had a little more legitimacy than say Alex Jones's take on the story. And then you have some people coming out, no, because the shadows alone prove that it was impossible. And it's like, your level of thinking things are impossible is a little pedantic. It's like people think, well, you can't put a border across the Rio Grande River. It's impossible. It's like, dude, engineering is this thing that makes difficult and near impossible things happen. So, yeah. Everyone should open a tab and watch The Big Head Scientist, the story of Yashmal. You will never see something so insane. I'll check it out later. Mike, you're making me feel like I'm smoking a spliff. I'm sorry. That whole story had me rolling. Well, I can't watch it now because I'm live, so maybe later. I'm going to do a quick refresh. Watching. Oh, we are at 53,906. We are 80. Yeah, boy. With us in real time. Yeah, can't do it right now. I don't think that would work. Would it? Watching Iron Sky Base in Antarctica, New Schwabenland is the designation on the real UN maps. Can't say what they did there, but it's still called on that on the official maps. Yeah, that is cool, Mike. Wasn't far from their South American interests. The droid attack and the Wookiees the droid attack on the Wookiees was a conspiracy. You know Kevin Seconds too? Kevin Seconds? No, I do not. Is D-Day Cobra. Okay, D-Day Cobra. Let me hit him up. I assume you're talking about Jeremy. Get on there, D-Day Cobra. Oh yeah, D-Day Cobra, Jeremy. He follows me. If he does, that'll make it very easy for me to contact him. Oh, it says I can message him. I might as well message. Hey, Jeremy. I heard you be interested in having me on your show. Let me just put you. I dig that. I have 30 odd hours left on my Go. Right, we'll see how that goes then. Kim Jong-un. Did he really? Fantastic. Capricorn 1. The moon is actually a Death Star. Now that I believe. That's no Death Star. Along quite nicely. Quite nicely. Mike did a Homer voice. Did I do a Homer voice? I'm better at Barney. Yay, Homer! You gotta be able to... Thank you! You can still heavily promote the first few days. It's the store if you want. It means it's not like it makes a huge difference. I think it gets press like on Indiegogo itself if it's like coming up on the last day or something like that. Maybe. Let's get this to 75 before it ends. Yeah, boy. As long as people can still order. He's Ethan's friend, so yeah. I sent the Indiegogo link buddies in Texas. They would love this kind of product. Awesome. I'm getting a lot of attention, I guess, in Texas, at least according to the Indiegogo statistics that I've checked out. They do give you information on who's ordering from where and whatnot. Texas is a big spot. I guess Lone Star was a good name. Hey now, there's a superhero called Lone Star. Jake, they just really like Texas. Yeehaw. Barney! Hey Mo! Oh no, wait, that's Mo. Like yeah. Sorry, trying to do some voices. Man, I'm getting a little hungry. You people in Texas go ape when you put Texas-related content out. You could do voice acting, Mike. Well, thank you very much. Homie, I don't know if you can do that. Well, that's not the greatest Marge. Sometimes your throat has to be adequately lubricated for the correct voices. What? Why so noisy coming in the room?
I'm salty.
Are you?
Are you?
You know, what's the problem, laddie?
I'm salty.
Okay. What? The Rookie Critic for $2. Here's a buck times 2. Use it wisely. I'll buy $2. I'll buy a pack of... No, a pack of gum is more than $1 now. Isn't that crazy? A pack of gum is more than $1. It's like $1.19. Ethan's a giant pie pan. Wouldn't that be interesting if you had a big old round pool and then on the bottom you like had an apple pie painted on the bottom of your pool? I mean, rich people do some crazy stuff painting like guitar-shaped pools and stuff like that, but for Ethan, perhaps an apple pie. I know he prefers lemon meringue, but not as pool decor. It just wouldn't give that pie sensation. I'm a Texas boy, and if you want to sell me something, just slap the Texas flag on it. You got it. I will be slapping the Texas flag all over this. Man, I wish they would get my flippin' the shirt out on Crypto Fashion. I don't know what's taking so long. I sent them all the art. Just waiting and waiting for that to happen. Because I know I want those shirts myself, so I can imagine a few of you with them. A cooking book called The Catcher in the Pie. Put a Texas flag on something, talk about the Alamo, Texans will buy it. And that's a big market, man. Texas, huge market. I mean, I should really, once this comes out, I should list shows, because they are pretty big. He told the chat that he used to go through a package of Entman's chocolate donuts a day when he worked on Flash Rebirth. I'll admit, I do love Entman's chocolate donuts. They are something special. Bug them at crypto. Yes, I shall. I'll buy a shirt once they are available. Thank you. Yes, can you do? Nasser, in order to do your voice, I would just sit in the corner and be quiet. That would explain the chocolate fingerprints on the back of the Sinestro War original. I hope that's chocolate. Did you sniff the chocolate? Never sniff the chocolate. There's a danger there that you wouldn't want to discover. I fell in love with Texas there last year. I just wish I went there for a better reason. I love Texas. I love Texas. The only thing I did not like about Texas was the hot. The hot and me don't get along that well. So it's been pretty brutal here. I mean, brutal. It's been in the 90s here. And man, I just don't like living in air conditioning. Stop air. Ugh. I need to go change a filter too. So yeah, if it wasn't for the hot, I would probably never have left Texas. The people are just great. I mean, the people in Austin, even though it's like the liberal bastion of Texas, they're still nicer than the people in San Diego, which is supposed to be like a conservative. Hi, Mr. Mike. Hello, touched spaghetti official. Somebody touched my spaghetti. High 90s. Yeah, it has been high 90s. I'm not kidding. There's a fingerprint on the page if I take it out of the frame. It's of his donut problem. Mike, can you do Ethan's voice? I don't think I can. Ethan's particular inflection. I might be able to at some point get his accent, but I don't think I could get the tone of his voice right. So I haven't even tried, I'll be honest with you. I have not tried. And for some reason I don't want to just try like shot in the dark. I want to, if I try to do it, I want to make sure it's a fair cop. Lines, 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 lines. Drawing lots and lots of lines. Isn't it fun to watch as I draw more lines, lines, lines? What?
Why not?
I already explained why not.
Cough.
Oh yes, very hot. Ask EVS if he knows the danger of chocolate pies.
It's like a pain.
You know, I'm not actually like constantly in contact with Ethan. He is not on the other end of my telefonica at all times. Actually, I don't think I've ever even spoken to Ethan on the phone. Just via the interwebs in various sorts. The interwebs. as we call it here in California, eh? Philly accent is kind of gross. That's interesting. NASA, change your icon to the 800 for the next stream. Oh, that'd be a good one. I like his HAL 9000. Except he has to start talking like this. I'm sorry, Ethan. I can't do that now. Sorry, Ethan. Someone said, if I owned Texas and hell would rent out Texas and live in hell. Oh, if I owned Texas and hell, I would rent out Texas and live in hell. No. The people in Texas are much nicer than the people in hell. Come on now.
There's demons.
You have to take more things into it. How bloody hot it is in Texas. I will tell you though, I was driving after I lived in Texas for a while. I went back to visit my wife's family in Brawley. And Brawley, California, Brawley is like the hottest spot. Brawley, El Centro, it's like East County. Actually, it's El Centro County. It's past East County, San Diego. And it is like the hottest part of California, I think. I'm fairly certain. And so I was in Texas. I came out to visit, and I'm driving around with the window rolled down, enjoying the quote-unquote cool breeze, and I look up and I was rolling around with the window rolled down because I had gotten so used to the heat in Texas that 96 degrees in low humidity, granted, felt cool enough for me to be just enjoying the breeze. I'm like, I have been in Texas too long.
Who's Texas?
Who's Texas? What?
Texas is a person, right?
Tejas.
I'm sorry.
No, water. Fiona. What? You have to roll your O's. Weird. Don't quit your day job. What's up, Jeff? From watching the Meg. I may stop this stream, start a new one with Jeff, and we'll talk about the Meg and the Cry. You want to do that, Jeff? Or you?
You should have saw Meg.
I should have seen it. How was it?
Good.
Good. I haven't seen it yet. Jeff just got back. J.S. Earls, as it were, for those who don't know. Got back from watching The Meg, and I am clamoring to hear his review. So why don't I do that? Would you guys like to come back in a few minutes? Start a whole new review of Meg. Wait, I didn't even see if Jeff was cool with that. Jeff, are you cool with that? I can't back Lone Star now. Reset your entire internet. Yeah? Should I? Maybe I will do that. Your bandwidth. I shall reboot the interwebs. That's going to take a while, though. Talk about Lone Star. Okay. Refreshing. 939, 53, 930, $1 away from 54,000. Wonderful. Okay, I'm gonna quit this out. This is how far I've gotten on my background. So all this left to do. It's not gonna be as dark as this, so it'll lighten up as I go. Join the Lone Star Squadron. Stop all these evil vamps.
Nah.
Otherwise, I'm just gonna say that you're a trap. Alrighty. Alright, guys. I'll see you back here in a bit. There's only 41 of you. If you decide not to come back, I'll understand, but it'll break my heart. Get out there.
I have no.
Pump up Lone Star. Fight the good fight.